Let's talk about regrets and failure. And let's talk about it in terms of forgiveness. And yes, we can honor the way we feel, maybe regret about making a certain decision and going down a certain path, but only to the degree that we honor how we feel in order to assure ourselves that we are lovable despite the fact that we chose that. And once we do that, then we can move towards the understanding of what we gained from the path that we did take. There's always going to be a lesson. Sometimes lessons that are actually blessings, sometimes blatant blessings that we couldn't mistake for anything less. And there really are no regrets. Nothing's gone wrong. Even if you made a choice and it caused you to grow apart from somebody that you loved or care about or couldn't see the value of at the time, it's okay. You pick yourself up and you move on. I myself have had to, forgive myself and process painful decisions that I made in the past that turned out in a way that, I felt was very detrimental to myself and my loved ones. And I want to tell anyone who might be facing things like that in their lives that it's worth it to process the pain. As scary as it is, as much as you might cry, as painful as it might seem, you are forgivable and you are lovable, and it's your responsibility to do that for yourself. And it's worth it. It's so worth it. I can tell you that what I did, I made a decision that affected my children's lives greatly, and my own. And you could argue that if you looked at our birth charts, that it was written there when it was meant to happen. But there's still, part of me that would have preferred it go a different way, that we didn't go the path that we went, because I feel it was my decision that took us down that path, and that it caused pain and suffering for myself and others that I don't know for sure that I could have prevented by choosing another path, but I wish and I want and I would have preferred, But those are all human ways to feel, so I've taken time to honor all those feelings. And once I honor all those feelings, that's when I can start to see, there's no guarantee that the other path would have been smoother or better or less suffering, because I can see these charts, I can see what challenges we're all here to face, and I know that our challenges are here to teach us what we need to know for our purpose and for what we aim to do here on Earth. So there's no decision that you've made that you can't forgive yourself for. Even if you're being punished in prison, in jail, cut off from your family members, lost a body part, whatever decision you made that had consequences, the consequences of our decisions are what are meant to teach us. So let it teach you. Let it teach you what you prefer. Let it teach you what you do next time. But please don't let it be a reason to beat yourself up eternally and to live in a state of self-punishment with judging yourself continuously for anything like that, in an effort to not sit with, be present, and love yourself through any of the uncomfortable feelings that would arise in such a situation. I especially wanted to share this because sometimes I feel the energy of certain people from my past come into my awareness, and I understand that when that happens, it could be a regret that somebody's experiencing about a decision they made that pertained to me or me and them. And I don't hold grudges. I just want people to know I don't hold grudges. that I have full forgiveness for myself for participating in any situation that I stayed in, and for the other party who may have perpetuated any type of betrayal or dishonesty, that I've tended to my own self through that, and I've reaped the benefits of what I've learned from that. And that I would want the other party to do the same. Anyone from my past that might come around to the understanding that they really did cause harm in their decisions that they made, I would want them to be with the part of themselves that feels what they feel about that, but then also to move through and be on the other side of that, the person who can love themselves despite that, and then love themselves even though that, so that they can become whole and grow from the experience as well. You know, I don't want anyone to be eternally suffering for any of the consequences that may have been experienced due to any interactions or relating that I participated in with them. Because say somebody was going behind my back, cheating on me, betraying me, lying, gossiping, putting a smile on their face, and then secretly plotting against me. So just say that was happening. Those are experiences that strengthened me in the end because I learned from them. And there's also, like, if I was affected in any way, that was my issue. I was alerted to. And becoming alerted to any weaknesses in myself is a valuable gift to me. So I don't play the victim. I don't say, poor me, those people were mean to me, or bad to me, or they hurt me, or attacked me, or lied to me, or betrayed me, or manipulated me. I say, I learned from that experience, and I love the person that I am today. And that experience propelled me to love myself even more. Through any pain that I was shown through the experience of relating with that person, I loved myself more, and I loved myself so much that I couldn't be hurt in that way again. And it was fairly harmless. I mean, think about it. If I'm strengthening myself and loving myself through experiences like people gossiping or betraying me and going behind my back or trying to manipulate me, that's fairly harmless, you know? They didn't cut off my hand or anything, you know? Like it's fairly harmless, you know, and it is true that some people feel like that emotional manipulation and psychological manipulation is very harsh and much worse than physical abuse in some ways, and in some ways it is. But for my mind, that's my playground, you know, so I'm always going to find my way out of anything like that. That's not the stuff that's going to cause me real issue. The physical harm has always been more difficult for me, but luckily I was able to love myself through any of those programs that I had lodged in myself from childhood as well. So any experiences of abuse that I've experienced have only served to strengthen me and let me know who I am, and really caused me to fall in love with myself more and more. So there would be no reason for anyone to hold themselves in regret or self-punishment about any of the experiences that we've shared in the past that may not have been of the highest integrity or the fairest relating. Okay? I guess we can just consider this my public service announcement as we go forward to infinity.